Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Baldy's Mix. I'm your host, Eric Baldwin. Today we are playing on Phenom Poker, as always. And we're gonna start out today with a little bit of Big O action. This game has been growing in popularity quickly. And so I wanna get a little better versed at it, so I'm comfortable at it if this is where the action's at. So for those of you who don't know, Big O is pot limit, Omaha 8 or better, high-low split with 5 cards. And we're gonna play 2 tables of it. And it looks like 1 table's short-handed, so this should be some pretty good action. We're gonna be getting some stacks in. I'm gonna be trying to make sure I keep an eye on the action. And right away, we're just gonna get some stacks in, it looks like. Good luck us. I think we're in good shape on that one. I don't know if we held. That was nice. And over here, we got a little pair with a nut flush draw. I'll be honest, the action's kind of fast. Didn't get a whole lot of thought put into the bet sizing here. So now we get it in with the nut low. We're probably getting quartered, and we don't want to get counterfeit. Let's see what happens. Ace deuce, ace deuce. We all have ace deuce, and I think we get like 1/16 of that pot. But such is life in Big O in an Omaha 8 or better sometimes. Typically in Limit 08 it's less painful because it's limit. This pot limit stuff, that pot just got huge in a hurry. So I'm playing 50 cent a dollar, bought in for 100 on each table, but I've got 200 in each of my top up like reload balances, so that's why I've got the 300 plus 300 on the buy-ins. I made 10 bucks yesterday, bringing me to $6 in the red for my streaming career. And it's humorous at this point. Okay, we got a live 3 now instead of a 3-8. We have a pair of aces against a small bet we're gonna hang in here. Now against the full pot bet. Gotta let Mel have it. So I've played a fair amount of Limit Omaha 8 or better. And Big O is definitely all the rage these days. I think it gets spread pretty commonly across the country. And is like the big action game in some places. And the games have been going and the games have been good here on Phenom. So if you're a fan of Big O, come check it out. We also added Big Easy, which is 6 card. The 6 card variant of Big O. All right. I don't know, when you like just flop low draws, if you get to do a lot of blocking and like protect your block range with some super strong hands. Seems like it might be somewhat effective. Playing out of position is always difficult, but in a game where, you know, equities shift on the turn card and the river card so often, super challenging. We got a quarter of that one. We're getting quartered to death. What do we have here? Pair and no low. What's going on in the chat? What's up, Jay? Are we doing work boots? Our man Jesus Jargon here with us as always. Okay, we got some aces with a 4. So we flop the second nut low and have a pair of aces. Neither one of which we really want to bloat the pot with. We have no diamonds. Great turn. Maybe the turn. And again, I'm really winging it on bet sizes here. Feels like I'm going pretty much block or B67. We got to be able to bet this with a 4 in our hand. So, if you weren't with us yesterday and things look a little bit different, you are looking at the new version 2.0 table refactor on Phenom Poker, and I must admit the gameplay is smooth, and they've fixed a couple of the issues where sometimes like the chips were, you know, like interfering with the pot, or just like there was some overlap. They've cleaned everything up. Spaced things out nicely. They got the chat box out of there and made it so you can kind of pull it out and tuck it back away. Been super impressed with this update so far. And since they just finished the desktop version, now they are hard at work on upgrading the mobile experience. And they're saying that's not going to take nearly as long. They said the bulk of the work was in the desktop work. So be on the lookout for some rapid improvements to the mobile experience, which is already a quality experience. This is kind of fun. I like I never know what I'm gonna play when I log on here. You know, yesterday we started out with some heads up, no limit hold'em, and went into some 8-game mix. And today we're starting out with some big O. I wouldn't mind getting some 5 or 6 card PLO high in later. Seems like a super popular game online lately, and the games have been popular on Phenom. So if you are a PLO, PLO 5, PLO 6, high low, high only, all things PLO, come check us out. And we got some a new promo announced just yesterday. Anyone using my referral code Baldy when they create their Phenom Poker account, it will automatically load your account with a first-time deposit bonus of 200%, up to 4,000. So yeah, I believe that's an industry best. I don't think anyone's doing that. 200% first-time deposit bonus. So if you want to come check us out, the time has never been better. And just for using my referral code, you'll get a 200% first-time deposit bonus. Feels like a game where, like, bluffing is not a huge... I mean, it's always a consideration, but feels like most of your bluffing is done with equity in your hand, but this one seemed like a good combo. Like I had a pair, I had a diamond, my opponent had checked twice, so we kind of just tried to pounce on some weakness there. So it's a weird game, but hands like this, a flush draw, 2 pair, I think is just a fold there. Part of what makes this game so good is that a lot of players aren't capable of folding. Like when they have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know, they think maybe my live 4 is live in some strange world. But you can, Big O lends itself to being a pretty good game. Because you're just gonna have people in there chasing stuff that maybe they shouldn't if they care about money. But you know, everybody plays for their own reasons. You don't care about money and you love poker, come play. You can probably have a party. Like if you really didn't care about money and you just like flinging your chips in and seeing if you win or not, that might be kind of fun. I don't know. Hope to be there someday, be able to try that. Something tells me my competitive nature wouldn't really allow for it. Or somebody at the table would say something to get me going a little bit and then it would be back on. But to each their own. You see, we got a new banner today. We got Octopi Poker in the ad space. Had a Victoria Liveshits gave me a tour of Octopi Poker the other day, and I'll be honest, I was blown away. I had no idea the level to which they're taking poker study and gamifying it and making it easily accessible to people. And I think they've got Stephen Chidwick working on the you know, the sim side of things. So like, you know, he's only putting out stuff that's like high quality, accurate stuff. And some of the final table stuff is absolutely insane what you get access to. Like post-flop ICM sims from real spots from high roller final tables. It's some high value stuff. So head on over if you're watching on Twitch. I've got an Octopi banner in my panels below. That'll link you right to the page. But yeah, whether or not you use a link, just go check them out because I think it could be something really good to help grow the game. I think a lot of the current study tools are, you know, designed for your hardcore professional, someone who's used to using tools like this. And if Octopi can make studying just a little bit more fun and accessible to the everyday player, it's only going to help the growth of our game. So head on over. Looks like we're playing heads up now. We lose this one, we'll just have to play another one of the 26 variants of poker we have here on Phenom Poker. Alright, top set. Is this a time to raise the bet size to really put some pressure on the low draws? Oh, we have the ace queen with the top set. Couple aces over here on the button. Turn a wheel. And we have the nut flush blocker. So if he's got a wheel, I don't know, he's betting into us, so I don't think we're really gonna blast him off any equity. Alright, what's going on? Oh no, I thought we were gonna get 3/4. What did he have on the high? Did he have a flush? I screwed up and thought my aces had some value there, but the wheel is the wheel. This feels like one of those games where if you're multi-tabling, you're just kind of like throwing yourself into the fire and you just kind of like do your best and then, you know, take stock of how it ended up on the when you're done, when you've had enough. Playing one heads up table, this is pretty fast action, like hard to really check hand histories. Oh, he had a flush. He had a flush with his wheel and checked it. Here's a pretty one. That's not the flop you want when you have 1, 2, 3. Alright. That's why they gave us 2 tables. So you can quickly numb the pain by shifting your attention to your other table and hoping you can get a part of that pot. King's any good? Nope. Spot to turn the kings into a bluff ever. And then we get a walk with this beauty. I got what? One of what screens? Thank you. All right, thanks for hopping in, Joe. Now we got a little three-handed action. Looking like 4. That's good. Slow things down for me a little bit. I bet some money gets on the table in these games. We got the rules to Big O up at the top of the screen now. If you're just tuning in and not familiar, wondering what the heck kind of 5-card game we're playing. Not sure if a hand like this is good enough to ISO out of position. We got the low. So yeah, in addition to the new chat box ability to tuck it away, also got a new menu up here that they've tucked away to kind of make some extra space, give the table a little cleaner look. And this feature down here is nice, where it tells you exactly what you have. Especially when you're multi-tabling a split pot game, it's nice to just kind of like confirm. I do in fact have a low. Not much of one. And Mel is an animal. He's at both of our Big O tables and he's playing heads up, 6-12, deuce to 7 Raz. Just getting after it. Making me feel like my brain is a little slow. I was never a huge multi-tabler, even like in my early online poker days. I was always a little bit lower volume than most. I'd go, you know, like 6 or 8 tables at times, but definitely wasn't one of the 12 to 16 table guys. I remember being at the PCA one year and they had, oh man, was it, who was it? Nana Noko? Or, sorry if I'm butchering the name, but he went for the world record of like multi-tabling, and he was, they strapped him into a desktop for a few hours, and he was playing 24 plus tables the whole time, and he had to like at least break even, and it was insane to watch. Yeah. Yeah, I think he did. Top 2 with a little bit. See, it's like I'm tempted to raise, but then when you get jammed on, it really sucks. So like if this was a limit game, I would for sure raise and try and drive these guys out. But like when you re-raise and pot limit, you open yourself up to just playing a massive pot with a hand like top 2 pair. So it's nice to be in position, and it's nice to have the nut low where you can just apply pressure to people, because it is no fun, even in spots like this, facing bets from out of position in a split pot game that you're likely only fighting for half of the pot in. I hope we get to see what he has here. My goodness. Mel's playing in a 4-8 standard mix game as well. He's playing a lot of pots too. Like, it's impressive. Yeah, if we get sick of our big O fix here, we got some options. We got a chop shop mix going, which is mix of all different split pot games. We've got Super Circus mix going. We got an 8-game mix going and a standard mix going. So we got options. And that's one of the things I've been kind of harping on with benefits of learning mixed games. You know, you're not always going to be super pumped up to go fire another No Limit Hold'em tournament. You know, if you've played 60 of them in the last 2 days and they haven't gone well, you know, you can try and pump yourself up, but that fire to get to really play your best in another tournament is not always going to be there. But if you got a variety of games to pick from, you know, maybe one matches your mood. Maybe when you're feeling maybe when you're feeling like some action, you get in some PLO or some 6-card. And maybe when you're feeling a little somber and wanting to make some small hands, you get in the Raz Streets. So you really just give yourself an option to kind of always be playing something that you're passionate about or something that feels right. And when you're doing something you want to do, you're just naturally gonna perform better at it. So might help your overall earn as well. And you do not need to really know what you're doing. Like, I'm starting to realize that a lot of players don't really know exactly what they're doing in a lot of these games. Like, a lot of us are winging it out here, at least in some of the games, and it's okay. And it's like, you know, you try some stuff out, you get better. you start losing a bunch of pots chasing bad flush draws, then, you know, you adapt. But yeah, certainly no shame in learning and trying out something that might be a little bit of a struggle at first. And you got resources. If the bottom of my Twitch page, I've got a link to countingouts.com. That was a super helpful resource for me when I was just like learning the basics and the rules of these games. And I mentioned this yesterday, but there's so much good content online right now, on demand, whether it's on YouTube, or on Poker Go. Like if you're into mixed games, their recent High Roller mixed game series was incredible, and it's just a great way to learn. I think they have a PLO series going on right now. We have quads. We have all the 8s and about a pot-sized bet back, and we have an ace-6. Feels weird to bet full pot with quads, but it's a split pot game. We have ace-6 as a low draw, but we can probably get him off some worse low draws. Now we have 3 more of the 8s, but this isn't how you want to get a bunch of 8s. Something happened with how my stream is posting to X. It used to just like when I would go live, it would kind of make a post and just natively show the video in a post. And now it started doing a link. And so it's just posting this link. It's not auto playing the video. And I didn't change anything on my end. If anyone knows what's up with that, shoot me a message, I'd be grateful. Just 2 8s this time. All right, here's a decent one. Anytime you got ace deuce, you're probably gonna be in there in Big O. It's kinda like the equivalent of picking up aces in PLO. A little bit. Just in terms of like the hand you're kind of looking for to build around. I learned a trick today. If you hit Windows and period, it brings up emojis on your desktop. That blew my mind. Try it out. Windows key, period. Emojis pop up. It's wild. I'm gonna do it again. Look at that. You can't see, but there's a box. Look at this. Look at these things. The world is your oyster. You thought you were limited to your keyboard? I'm probably missing all kinds of leads. Nice check. Got a little undisciplined there, going for the bluff with no club in my hand. What are you guys up to today? What's going on? What's going on out there in chat world? You guys liking this version 2.0 or what? I keep saying this, but I really got to brush up on some of these games. I'm confident we're gonna get a piece of the low here. The 3 high flush gets us over here. Doesn't happen often. Nut low with a flush. It had been a while since we got quartered. I wonder if there's spots where you can like sense that you're being quartered, where you can actually fold the nut low in this game. Probably, if you're confident enough. Yeah, and that flop bet might have been a little sloppy as well. Man, they're pouncing on us. Alright, we picked off a bluff there.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work.
Got check raised on the turn by the nut low draw with a flush draw with a little straight wrap, and then went for the small bluff on the end. Okay. Yeah, so on X, I'm not really sure. Like, when I go on there and people are streaming, it's got it kind of across the top. Well, it's got it on live on X. So I think people... When you go to your X or Twitter, is there, like, bubbles for who's streaming at the top?
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a route.
He's live right now. So like when you open, I'm gonna look on mine. Maybe X changed the way they display things. Yeah, I'm not seeing like the little bubbles at the top where it would show. Oh, now it's showing. So now it's showing, and it's showing mine there too, but just a link in the post. So on his page. And that's what mine used to do. I don't know, maybe they're like I'm multi-streaming. So I'm using like this program that sends my stream out to X, YouTube, and Twitch at the same time. And maybe X doesn't like that. Maybe they want you to stream on there exclusively, so they're like punishing me by not embedding my stream. I changed the other thing it could be, I changed like my profile bio not too long ago, and sometimes I know they like review your account before they 12 sessions already. Yeah, hard to believe. This is number 13. Time is flying. Those first streams, I'll admit I was a little nervous. No, you don't know what to expect. I've never streamed before. In fact, I don't really like to talk. So, yeah. But here we are. It's all good. It's a form of creative expression for me. I feel like I'm doing a whole lot of calling and hoping to get parts of the pot back today. Probably not a good recipe. Okay. What do we do? We try to pump ourselves up? Too early to get on the non-alcoholic beers. All right, we got 2 hands going. Man, felt better about this one on the flop. Doing something fun tomorrow night if you're in Vegas and looking to support a good cause. A friend of mine is helping to put on a charity tournament at the South Point benefiting Folds of Honor, which I believe provides scholarships to the children and relatives of those who have lost their life in the armed services. So super good cause. Definitely looking forward to supporting that. Come on out to the South Point tomorrow night. I think the festivities begin around 5:30. I think cards will be in the air not too long after that. So come on down. It's a... Let me get this over here. $200 entry. It looks like the first place prize is going to be a 10K buy-in to a attorney of your choice. We all know what you can use a 10K entry to buy in for, aka the big game, aka the you can figure it out. But yeah, hope to see you there. South Point's fun. I was in a bowling league for several years at the South Point, and that place just has a different vibe. I mean, it's its own vibe, but they do their thing, and you know, there's always like, when the rodeo comes to town, the South Point is hopping. They've got bowling leagues, they got the movie theater, they take care of the locals. They've got kind of like a more small town vibe to their like gambling and their sports book. Always kind of liked it over there. Here we go. Double suited aces with a deuce tray. Give me some action. Not that much action. Okay, now we need to flop. Okay, nut flush draw. Probably not a flop we're going to be able to do a ton of betting on. With only one low card and a lot of our opening range having good low cards. Maybe we can clear out a little bit of equity on the high. Nah, I don't know. Are aces ever any good? Boy. Like I said though, there's always another table. Another nut flush draw to be bricked. But a full house to be made. And we even got a 47 low. We're just out on this one, so sad. There we go. Oh, we're heating up. I guess this one's not that incredible. This one's all right. Can I call this a wheel wrap? Seems like I should be able to. You gotta play defensive if you don't have the nuts in this game. Because someone can just like have a lock on one side with a free roll and just really punish you. But once they check through, we can feel safe, I think. The pre-flop heat continues. Nice flop here. And our set of fives. Our live ace actually could be good over here. Wow, he just had it the whole way. Checked it back on the flop. Now we have two nut flush draws and the nut low. I can put some money in with that. Now all we got's the nut low and a pair of aces. We're gonna try and blast them off a hand like two pair. Probably not gonna work. But with the extra ace, we can feel confident that our low is the best low by itself. So along with the table refactor, the tables are a little bit narrower than they were. And so I've got a little bit of extra space on the side of my stream now. And my OCD is like, what do I do with that space? What do I do? You're always flopping something. We got 2 gut shots, second nut low, and the nut flush. Should be putting more thought into what my opponent is. I'm admittedly playing some pretty like sloppy, like not dialed in poker lately. I think we could have got him off half there. I'm gonna check the lobby. I need a shake up. I need a shake up. The big O is not clicking with me right now. Time to bring in the reliever. We got options. PLO 5, deuce to 7 Raz, 8 game mix, super circus mix, chop shop mix. Almost said chop suey. All right, I'm joining a wait list for 4-8 standard mix. Some different games. Try and get a little spark going. Off days are interesting as a poker player. It's like you can fight them, but it usually doesn't help. Like, how many times have you been feeling like a little off at the poker table, and then you just kind of like beat yourself up and told yourself to focus, and before you know it, you're just dialed in. You're just A game, just playing great. Doesn't happen. I think it's much better to just get real about what's going on and go from there. Okay, gut shot and nut low draw. Now we have blockers. Lay her down, Joe. I think Joe's watching the stream, so this is gonna get interesting in 3 minutes. Oh boy. I'm glad we don't have throwables. I was talking about it yesterday. But Joe might be hitting us. I really don't want to see throwables added. But I think the people might want it. So I made a post on X right before we went live. Just talking about the revenue sharing model and about how players are literally the ones whose money online poker got built upon. And now that we've got an opportunity to take some of that back, just makes a lot of sense to me. So as you can see here, just kind of visually, the rake that Phenom takes in from the tables, half of it they're redistributing out to token holders. And the only way to acquire tokens outside of being, you know, one of the investors or ambassadors is through gameplay on the site or through referring people to the site. So it's just a cool system where, you know, players and people who refer players are gonna be rewarded for helping to grow a better alternative for online poker. And I don't feel guilty about it, about taking back or taking some of the market share from some of the sites that are you know, making a pretty penny off the players and, you know, not showing much more than lip service in terms of, you know, doing anything for the players. So cool to be a part of something that's aiming to give some back to the player community. And like I was saying yesterday, with the token price being directly tied to the revenue the site's taking in, and it's doing this the last 2 months, and some big ambassador signings recently with tournaments launching, I'm optimistic. All right, I think we got a seat in our what am I playing? 4-8 standard mix. Let's mix some things up. All right, let me get this here. I'm gonna play it till the big blind on my 2 big O tables. And I'm gonna show you what's in the mix. Get my 400 buy-in added. And get ready to switch what game I have on display at the top. Yeah, part of the recent update added the ability to tile tables for you multi-tablers out there. I don't want to do it, it's just gonna mess up my layout, but awesome feature. Also the ability to multi-table. Awesome feature. Of course, I'm biased, but I think we have a really high quality product, and hope you'll come check us out. I'd rather have a high quality product with like a slow build, but like a definitive build and like developers that are interacting with players and super excited about the direction of things than, you know, a gigantic marketing push up front, but, you know, not as high quality of a product. And then when you factor in what's going on with the revenue share token, the choice is a no-brainer to me. And yeah, we got codes. We got referral codes. I got one. It's base Baldy. My referral code is going to get you a 200% first-time deposit bonus. I don't know what these other codes are going to get you. If it gets you any like extra coins or what's going on there. But I know the first-time deposit bonus we have is better than anything out there, so come check us out. All right, looks like we got one more hand left of Badoogie. Low ball game where you're looking for cards of different suits. Four, five, six. This is a good starting hand. Apparently you can get like really creative with your bluffs in Badoogie, but definitely something that takes some time to develop a feel for. This isn't a great 3-card hand, and my opponent drew 2. If he draws 2 again, maybe I'd just pat and go for the bluff right away. If I had a better 3-card hand, I'd be more tempted to play it for its equity. Well, we're committed now. We get led into. Wonder how we're supposed to pick bluff raises in a spot like this. Probably not this one. All right, Badoosie deuce to 7. Split pot game between the best 4-card Badoogie hand and the best deuce to 7 hand. Aces are high. One thing that really kind of sunk in for me when we had Kevin Gerhardt on was just like not to get too excited when you see a 6 in your hand. Yeah, of course it's a low card between a 2 and a 7, but it can just end up being really problematic with a lot of the cards that fill in around it. Uh-oh. Joe's in the chat. I thought you might be bluffing that one. Nice hand. Oh, and I gotta add an emoji. What's my tip? Windows, period. Now what emoji do I pick? Whoa, you can add GIFs too? Are they GIFs? Are they GIFs? GIFs. Zeus says Jif is peanut butter. So does this mean I can like add emojis to my emails now? This might get real fun. Add a couple hashtags. Yeah, I don't know. Embracing the old man dad joke humor. It's an interesting debate because it's fun. It's fun to partake in, and at the same time, you just like look in the mirror and you're like, getting old. Let's see how we did on the big O tables. I was in for 600, and it looks like I pulled about 240 plus 320. Looks like we lost about 40 bucks there. So we're down around 40 or 50 bucks over 13 streams. Down 30 bucks in this game. So we're still very live to end up in the black. And I think, you know, we just got to break the ice. We've been flirting with it. But I think once we get there, the floodgates are going to open. And it's just going to be just a straight line up for who knows how long. Always fun to get dealt pretty hands like this that have zero value in the game you're playing. Could always play some heads up, no limit hold'em. Guy I was playing yesterday is sitting. Maybe we try to get a full ring game going. What do you guys think about the no limit hold'em? Are you liking it with 2 blinds? Are you liking it with 3 blinds? Ante, no ante? I'm always curious how these things play out. I know the Win Poker Room just went to a big blind ante game for their 5-10 and up, maybe even 2-5 and up. Been a while since I grinded some no limit hold'em cash. Used to like going down and playing the 5-10 game at Bellagio. There was always one running. Always multiple running. That was always a good game. All right, I'm gonna hop in here and get some no limit hold'em action going on the side. Really throw myself into it. All right, the 6 and the 4 are blocked, which is good for our low. 2 high cards behind. This is more of a steal spot than it looks like. All right, here we go. Little heads up hold'em. Hopefully this table fills up.
88.
88. Little drama hard deuce to 7 over here. Took it down with our turn bet with the 2 pair. All right, we have 2 pair flush draw. Good flop for us. Probably keep the queen. Probably doesn't make too much sense to try and improve that low, especially if our opponent is drawing. Over here, we called a 3-bet on the button with the Jack 7 suited. Over here, we river the flush with the Queen Jack. Chop it up. Look at this beauty. We get dealt number 1 in Drama Hot Deuce to 7.
$24.
Take down the blinds. Get dealt number 1 and take down the blinds. Quad 8s again. Second time today. If you like making big hands, come play games with 5 or 6 cards in your hand. I'm gonna try this out for a little bit. Little 2-table action, 1 table no limit hold'em, 1 table mixed games. There is a fresh update coming out on the betting options here where there's going to permanently be a box where you don't have to like click here and enter here. Looking forward to that upgrade. I think it's getting pushed out today. If not today, I'm sure very, very soon. This might be one of those crazy flops where there's like big flop sizings, and although in heads up the ranges are way wider. Turn a little mallard. What a beautiful sight. was a good run out for us. Sweet, we got the well played, bro. I don't know, it might be genuine. I don't know. All right, here we go. We got a little trash talk coming from IDDQD. Well, let's see. I think we would not want to have the club to run the big one, and we could also not have a pair. I'm not sure. Wow, we timed out. I was planning on running a big bluff. Froze up on the 9 of diamonds. I'm not sure. This guy's funny. You guys seeing this trash talk? Maybe maybe this is what I needed to get going today. Maybe I should send him an emoji. There's a whole world of fun that you just don't get to experience when there's no chat box. Like sometimes some language, some like creative needles go a lot farther than just throwing a tomato or an egg. That's why I'm looking to help support a movement against throwables. Not only do I want them to never be added to Phenom Poker, but I want them to be removed from all poker sites. Probably not gonna win this one. But in a perfect world, you would all hate throwables as much as I do. Can I do emojis in... I can do emojis on Twitch? Like from my keyboard? It's pretty sweet. So then you don't have to like buy all the Twitch emojis, right? Like you just hit them with your own? Like I got a whole keyboard full. He's probably gonna be happy about this one if we get paid off here. Set up a second webcam yesterday and a second mic. Still got to get the layout set up, but looking forward to starting to have some more guests on here, including next week. My friend and CEO and co-founder of Two Tree is going to be joining me on stream, and he was a journalist for 20 plus years, writing for magazines such as ESPN the Magazine and Maxim. So he's somebody who's got a lot of stories. He covered some really cool stories, some cool sports, a lot of boxing stuff, some horse racing stuff. He's covered some poker. So I'm looking forward to having him on here. It'll be a good conversation. Like, I feel like he's gonna try and pull a bunch of stories from me, and he's got that investigative journalist vibe to him. So I'm looking forward to that one. Come join us. We're gonna keep this noon Vegas time slot going. Also, may have mentioned this before, but I think Dylan Lindy might be willing to come on and do either a hand review or do some live play. I'm thinking now that once I get the setup fully going, we can just have like a guest doing some playing, and I can just kind of like treat it almost like a super casual podcast, just on the other webcam, and ask some interesting questions of our guests. Should be able to get some fun people on here. So if you guys ever have any requests for who you'd like to see on here, let me know. So he didn't 3-bet out of the big blind, and then he draws one. So that's oftentimes not the best, not the most nutted draw. So we're going to keep the pressure on. Now we've made a mediocre made hand ourselves. Bet one more time and pat. And check down on the end. He only drew one. He must have had 2, 3, 4, 5 and not 3-bet us. I think for our big bluffs here, we're gonna want to draw from the queen through 10 hands that unblock his ace X. Good hand to get a walk with and deuce to 7. Alright, this is crazy, but I don't like how I'm playing in No Limit Hold'em, and it's making me want to like hit some No Limit Hold'em study pretty hard. But like the whole point of this stream, not the whole point, but a lot of it was to get better at mixed games. So I'm a little torn. I don't like not playing well. At the same time, I have limited resources. Melly Mel. Man. Still don't have it. My brain's still on spring break a little bit. Another just call and draw 1 out of position. Big button open size. Oh, it runs out hearts and we have the heart blocker. But we also are way higher in our range than we probably want to pick our bluffs from. To be honest, he doesn't feel like he's really going anywhere. Hey, we raised and took it in Raz. This guy's coming with some odd sizings. Look at this Raz hand. We got 2, 4, 5, 7 out there, and we have ace 5, 6. It's gonna be a Raz pot. I'm gonna let him keep the lead. Made an 8. We were no good. 8 wasn't gonna cut it. Got a little four-handed action going. About to be 3 soon. Should we raise and get like small 3-bet by this guy again? Oh, we went bigger this time. Pretty dusty session. All right, guys, I'm gonna sit out next big blinds and call it a session. Remember, if you guys are looking to support a great cause tomorrow night, come on out to the South Point at 5:30. The festivities begin. Supporting Folds of Honor, amazing charity to support. Gonna be a good time. I'm sure of that. Looking forward to playing with a couple friends who I don't get to play poker with very often, so it'll be one of those spots where it's like it's a no-win really, because if they beat me, I'm never gonna hear the end of it, and if I beat them, it's expected. But it's all good. Okay. Good spot to throw myself into that fire to help support a good cause. So hope to see you guys there. Other than that, I very well may throw a late night stream at you guys one of these nights. But aside from that, we're gonna keep the Tuesday, Wednesday, noon Vegas time slot going, and look forward to seeing you next week with a guest. Next week's gonna be fun, so please join. My friend Tim is sure to pull some good stuff out of me tomorrow. Or excuse me, next week. So be sure to join us. You guys watching on Twitch, I'm gonna send you over to B Paris's stream. If you're looking for some high-level tournament strategy, he is a very sharp No Limit Hold'em tournament player, and you could learn a lot from listening to his thought process. So, gonna send you guys over there. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.